Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We have missed you. It has been some time, a normal amount of time. It feels like forever, though. How have you been? Let's jump right into it with I have no announcements. I have nothing to say other than the fact that we have begun showing you our programming and our schedule and during our intermission, during our break. So we hope you enjoy that as well. There may be something in there that you haven't seen, so stick around for that. You might see some cool stuff and new teaser trailers and things like that. Um, but with that out of the way, I have nothing further, so let's jump right into meeting our players for tonight, shall we?
Hello, everybody. I am David Gagnon. I'm going to be playing Cal. It's a little thrown off there because I'm not always the one going first. Usually towards the middle or towards the end. But fuck it, we're doing it live. And you can find me on the social medias at DGtheNomad. So, yeah, that's me. I'm here to have a good time.
Hi, I'm Dawn. I'm here to play Nadidah. Just kind of here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Andrew, playing Oberon. I am very excited to see what we do today. Get into some combat, learn our strategies, develop our synergies, things like that. And I'm hoping to learn some more lore about the planes we're going to be on.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Avery at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms. I'm the partnerships manager right here on the Rolling Nomads. So if you like what you see and you're thinking about working with us, whether that is from a casting perspective, you like to play games, or if you're a game designer and you would maybe like us to maybe play your game, send us an email and I'm the person to talk to. But none of that matters because tonight, I am the one, the only, the mole.
Indeed, indeed. And I did switch it up. As you can see, we do not have our resident vampire, Amelia, tonight, but she is missed, and we'll hopefully be here again very, very soon. But with our heroes having been met, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode of The Ignite, and we begin each episode, as we always do, with a recap. David, if you would kindly.
Certainly. When last we began, I suppose I just rather sort of appeared, so I'm not really sure what happened before that. It appeared some time had passed, but I couldn't really be certain. There was a great feast going on, plenty of food and drink for all. The mole had approached Digna and asked for a bag to deliver a collection of berries as a parting gift. He asked that they make a wine from the berries for when we next meet. I'm looking forward to this wine. Igno then gave us a pouch for the mole to reward him for killing the knot rat. Oberon and I left the hall with Tyvon, and all the others retired to rest for the evening. He offered us a chance to train with him, 2-on-1 apparently, and trying to reignite the feelings that had triggered our sparks. We fought. He even managed to climb onto my back and stayed there for longer than I would like to admit. But in the end, we fought valiantly and surprisingly well together for having just met. Hopefully there's more of that to come. Now, I worry that we may have been a little too rambunctious during this and perhaps woken the others, but I cannot be certain. When we returned, Amelia had left to get some air, as myself and Oberon had gone to bed. Now, there were some conversations had about secrets of hers, but I am not privy to that knowledge just yet. In the morning, we joined Tyvar in the main hall and joined him for an early feast. Shortly after, Amelia, Nadidah, and the mole had joined us. When we then readied to travel and fight the Skell, which are supposedly a demon touch which subjugating the innocent. I've heard of people like this in our world, and if they are anything like what I've seen, we cannot let this stand. We ride.
Well done and well said. And this is where we join our heroes now, preparing and gathering up your things, getting ready to leave. Is there anything, as you are gathering up, as you are preparing for this departure, for this journey, is there anything that you would like to discuss? Anything that you'd like to accomplish before you leave?
Yes. Would we be able to go to some sort of store and potentially find? I'm looking for specifically platinum rings, a pair, worth 50 gold each, if that's possible.
There's no store necessarily here, but you can ask around if you so choose to gather provisions and see what you come up with. So let's start with you. Unfortunately, don't have the pleasure or rather, didn't have the pleasure of telling stories and sitting along with the individuals the first night, as you were kind of phased out of existence, as it were. But we can have you make a check here. Let's do. Well, it all really depends on how you would like to approach this, Oberon. I'm inclined toward persuasion, but if there's just another angle you want to go off of by mingling with the Tuscari.
Well, do they barter also, or they just deal with money? Because I just checked, and I don't think I have enough to purchase these just yet.
They are definitely
If they
open
do
to bartering.
IOUs.
It's a matter of finding someone that is willing to barter with you in the moment.
I might wait till we come back from the hunt then. Yeah, I don't want to take too much time for the attack. Yeah, I'll do it when we come back.
I'll note as well, you also have Tyvar Kell with you if you'd like to procure his aid in this. He has a little more sway with Tuscari and a little more rapport, if you'd like to rely on him.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Is there any type of metal shop or like jeweler or artisan in general that deals with rings?
You're in a poor place for jewelry and artistry and of that sort, my friend. However, is there anything specific you're looking for? Because the Tuscari, while not as not awful like the Skell, they have been known to take up spoils in their wars and their conflicts, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So is there anything specific you're looking for?
Yes, platinum rings to help with spells for protection, specifically. They're not for my vanity.
I see. That may be something you may speak with Arnie about. He's, as their leader, would be inclined to keep anything of great value. You would have first pick of the spoils. He would be your best bet. I can arrange something if you'd like to speak with him.
I'll risk it. I don't think he likes us that much, but I'll.
No. I have earned Arnie's respect. He will deal with you honestly, or he will face the claws of the mole yet again.
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah.
Tell him I sent you. It may win you some points.
Good.
Do you
And we'll
want
get
me to go with you? Since
Nadidah has proved herself to be a shrewd negotiator.
You can definitely come. Like, I need all the help I can get.
okay.
And while Nadidah and Oberon are going, what is the mole and Cal doing? Amelia is gathering up her things as well at this moment, I will say.
What are you thinking, large pachyderm?
I'm thinking that we should not give them more time to cause harm than necessary. The sooner we leave, the better.
Let me just take a quick sniff around the place now that we have business here with Arnie. I want to see if I can find more of the scent of the Knot Rat. I have a sneaking suspicion he was not alone.
Few things of that nature are. I think looking them out would be wise.
And then when they are found, slowly, with the precision of the hunting hawk, I will take their lives.
I am not putting another knot rat in my bag.
What? The first one was such a good time. He died with honor. You were his funerary transport. There is great honor in this where I come from.
I need a bigger bag.
That's the spirit.
Okay. Only for you, dear.
And yeah, the mole is going to sniff around and do a little bit of investigating and make sure that there's not more than one knot rat running around.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll. Or if you are so inclined, a perception roll based on your senses.
Could I leverage survival as a ranger for my favored enemy, which is monstrosity?
Absolutely.
I love that. I'll just be gathering my things and or just putting a little extra food in the in my pouch or whatever, so that way on the trip, in case anybody wasn't able to get enough food, they can still eat.
Understood. You easily enough you can do this. Mole?
22.
22. You sniff about. You use your senses to track any monstrosities. Surprisingly enough, you do get a whiff, a scent, something that has long since faded. You know that it's not here, but at one point it was, and perhaps if you feel so inclined, you could track it. You could pick up the trail, even if you can't follow it right away now. You'll at least have direction and where it went.
What do you think, Cal? Should we keep following this thing? At least we can have a place to start when we come back to the Tuskegee.
I'm worried that it may diverge us too far from.
Well, your legs are quite long. You can get us back to the feasting house in short time.
All right, but we'll be quick.
Okay, we will be quick.
And I will track it at least to the edge of town if it left this berg, if you will.
Easily done. You being on top of Cal, you can sniff around and track it. You do indeed track it to the end of this settlement, and it becomes easier. It was here recently, perhaps in the past few days. Before you got here, you can determine, but it left maybe a day before, maybe half a day. And as you move, as you sniff, as you guide Cal, I'd like a perception check from you. And a perception check from you as well, Cal.
What is this? So, quick question on the perception check. Would this happen to be based on smell?
Negative. This would technically be sight.
Copy. Just making sure. Oh, nat 20 for a grand total of 24.
Dirty 20 from the mole. I only rolled a 9.
Both of you can see, though Cal, you can notice it first, and there's a trail that you can smell. Well, Cal, you can see droplets, little bits of the cosmos sunken into the soil. And following that trail, you will have to leave the settlement, but it's not terribly far off. In the distance, Cal, you can see it. There's a large splatter of this glistening blood, this ichor with the stars in the fluid.
Did it leave behind any other sort of track? Any paw prints? Any belly marks?
Would you both like to get closer?
What do you think? I think the not rat, he had some dangerous ambition. I don't know if this is a defining trait of these creatures which have drank from the sap of Yggdrasil. But
Hard to say. We can look into it a little more. So move
are
closer.
you sure? You said to be quick. I don't want to make a liar out of you.
We'll find out where they're going and then we can head back.
All right. You know, you do best not to let your curiosity get you. This is what kills cats, I hear.
As the two of you make your way and go toward the larger bit of splatter, you can pick up certain things here. What is obvious is that whatever happened here, it made its way. The droplets continued. You can smell the mold. They become more scattered. They become more carried by the wind. But what is right in front of you is a small cluster of feathers that is sort of pasted to this rock by this strange, glowing, starlit ichor.
What sort
There
of
is-
feathers? What can I tell from what bird?
I'll ask for a survival roll. I'll still get you your favorite enemy for this.
Yeah, that's going to be a 19.
The 19. This is a creature that you are familiar with, at the very least, what it should be. Well, it is touched by something more, something different. These are the feathers of a hawk. What else you can see here is that there is a broken bit of wood, a thin, almost like a dowel, thicker. You can see that at the end of it there is another feather. This is a broken arrow. The head of it, which is missing.
Why would they shoot it with an arrow?
Some care that it was done for food.
I was
The
under
part of
the...
foot.
It was a hawk. Why would they shoot it for food? These are not birds that men eat. Nothing eats the hawk but rotten mold. Maybe a crow.
It doesn't look like it was done for sport either.
Strange. And it is wounded.
Is it still alive?
I
The,
imagine we have not found a body.
Hmm.
There are feathers, though. With the amount of blood that is lost, it would kill a regular bird. But this is not a regular bird. I worry for this creature. It has become something it was never meant to be. So have I imagine.
I think you could say that for all of us. Sometimes that happens.
Were you once a four-leg walking creature?
No, I'm sorry, I thought you meant the planeswalking thing.
No, this feels right. That part feels right, but you were never just sorry, we have a creature like you on my world, but I do not know the word for them. But I know the word for the men who ride them. They are called myrmidons.
And I've never had a man ride me, so I'm not really sure the context here or the connection. But
They are like you, but somehow bigger and stompier. But they are like horses, or like a mole should be. They do not think and speak the way that men think and speak. Were you not at one point? What is the word that Arnie said? Were you not a beast at one point?
I've always been me.
Strange. By anyway, I feel a kinship with this creature. And if it needs an honorable death, it is the mole's to give. But, as you said, we cannot be gone too long. There are men who need protection from the scale. This is what Tyvar said, yes?
Yes. I don't know what a skill is. But
The only thing I need to know is if they die well or poorly.
one way to find out, my friends.
I met a fox once. He died very poorly. I felt horrible for him. He was hit by a cart.
One thing I will say from Mole and Cal, this arrow, these bits of feathers and things, they were not so far off from the settlement in the wall where a guard could not fire, a skilled archer. If you are so inclined to investigate further, it would make sense that perhaps those that man the gate would be the next stop for questioning.
You pick up the arrow, Cal. It is a little too big for me to carry.
Yeah, I'll reach down and pick up the arrow. And I'm sure we can find someone to talk to on the way back.
Yes. They will give them all answers.
As we're kind of looping our way back, gonna take a little bit of a longer way to interact with one of these guards and see if we can pick up some more information on the way.
Absolutely. You can do this. One of the guards is readily available as they're kind of watching the gate at every given point. You can simply approach, and they'll hold you down. What can we do for you?
We found this, and I'll hold up the arrow.
Whose arrow is this?
This is one of ours.
Yes, but who?
I could not tell you who.
You said you could help us.
Well, I said I could help you. I could not give you all your answers. He takes the shaft of the arrow and looks at the feathers. It's not fletched properly. I would imagine belonged to Arnath.
Where can I find them?
In the feasting hall, most like. His shift is
And
tonight.
so,
He works the evenings. He will likely be getting ready for bed soon.
and so the chase ends up where it began. I am starting to
intense creature.
understand the minds of men. You are simple creatures. The things you want are familiar to me.
I do tell.
You want a warm place to sleep? More food than you can eat in one sitting, so you can sit on it for a while. And you want a partner to share it with. This is all men want. And in the case of Arnie, someone smaller than him to beat up to feel good.
Don't like how you see to the core of me. Please go.
I am a wise mole. I will counsel your king one day. To the hall. We must find this lunk.
And so, as you guys make your way to the feasting hall, we cast our vision back toward it before you enter. Oberon, Nadidah, you intended to ask Arnie for a look at the loot.
Yes. So before we enter, I would like to cast guidance on myself to help with any persuasion checks that might pop up.
Understood.
Was Tyvir able to secure an audience with him?
Tyvar has secured an audience for you.
Ooh. Well, I hope I don't mess this up.
Oh dear.
I would like to walk in and greet Arnie. Arnie Broganbrow. We haven't officially met, but I am Oberon, and I bow in respect slightly. I don't know their
Yes, you
cousins.
came with your friends.
Well, I appeared with my friends, but yes.
No, you walked in with them. I remember you. I looked at you very strangely because you look like the fish we pull from the stream.
I think I appeared outside then. Okay. I would like
as
to
this is
beseech
being
you.
said, I would like to point out to you, Oberon, specifically. You know that this did not happen. Nadidah, I believe your role to remember Oberon and everything. You also know that this did not happen. This doesn't match up with reality, or at least the reality as you know it.
Okay, got you.
So what can I do for you, Fishman?
We would like to beseech you for a potential look at the loot to help with our next fight, to help get rid of the gold in your realm.
You look for gifts or you look for trade?
I would like it to be a gift now, but trade later. I would like to pay it back afterwards. I cannot offer you too much currently.
He scratches at the horn jutting out of his head and says, "Unfortunately, I don't know you. I don't have anything to judge off your word."
The mole
Have
told me to
Is
relay.
Arnie sitting in a chair?
He is sitting in his sort of patchwork makeshift throne, yes.
As an ally of him, I believe he said that would earn some sort of leeway.
Did he now? Nadidah, you had something, or was this?
She's gonna saddle up and kind of perch on the arm of his chair and kind of lean into his shoulder. Just, Arnie, please, it's a favor. We're trying to help people. He just needs a couple of rings.
Couple of
Please?
rings.
Just platinum. It's nothing big. I don't need jewels. I don't need just a couple of simple little rings, please.
He scratches at the horn once more and says, "I'm unfamiliar with platinum."
If you would allow us, would you accept some weapons?
Weapons I
You're
have
gonna
used
kind of-
for.
She's gonna kind of fiddle with his horn.
I take it. I go into my backpack. I take out my light crossbow and 20 bolts, and I offer this.
As you kind of like touch the horn, scratching around the area, it's a lot like scratching at a dog's ear, where he like closes the one eye closest to it, and he's like leaning into it a little bit, perking his head, and he looks with the one eye towards you, Oberon, and says, "A crossbow, okay. How many bolts?"
20. It's unused, brand new.
Why do you have a weapon never been used before?
I had recently got it before
don't-
setting out on this adventure.
I don't believe you. What use would a man have of a weapon never been used? Makes me wonder what kind of warrior you are, and if I'll ever see
It's
any type of
magic.
return.
Yes, I'm, as my friend mentioned, I'm a spellcaster. This is a backup weapon in case my spell fails me or I run out of magic.
So you are a poor mage.
No, I'm a prepared mage.
I'll grant you a look at what we have. I can't say whether or not I'll allow you to take anything.
That's fine. That's all I
Whatever
ask.
you find, we'll negotiate from there. But as far as platinum, I don't know this metal. You'd
Well,
have better
see,
luck with the dwarves.
Maybe you have some, though. We can teach you the different metals that you have, which means you could trade better. Because you know what you have would be
I know
more
what is important.
worthwhile.
Silver, gold, and steel.
Well, it's not one of those.
Well, then take a look. See if you can find your platinum.
I appreciate it.
And he places a hand, or rather an arm around your waist, Nadidah. Kind of not inviting you to leave. As you had touched the horn and scratched the area around where it's like protruding from. Do you stay? You can of course depart. He's not like gripping or anything like that.
Oberon, will you be okay? I'm gonna sit here and. Okay, I'll hang out with you for a while.
Oberon, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
11.
As you are taken by one of the Tuscari guards to this sort of loot hall, this sort of room filled with just treasures and knickknacks and things. There's a great bit of loot here. There's what looks like intricately carved wooden boxes, as well as bits and flecks of gold and silver. As well, you can see there are ornate weapons that are very clearly not to be used for combat. They're likely hung above some rich person's mantle. You can see, unfortunately, no platinum rings. But what does catch your eye with an 11 is an interestingly woven bag. It is about the size of a backpack, a one simple drawstring pouch, but it is ornately woven and has little patterns and intricate little pictures and images on it. All of different weaponry and different like treasures. It's a very nice bag, and you would recognize this from, not exactly from Ravnica, but you know what type of item this is. This is a bag of holding.
Yeah, I was gonna cast this anyways, but I would like to cast Detect Magic. Would I have enough time to ritual cast it, or no?
What would the time be for ritual casting? 10 minutes plus 6 seconds, correct?
It's like, yeah.
I would say you have time, depending on... Well, let's ask Nadidah. How long would you like to keep Arnie occupied?
She doesn't have a problem. I mean, unless he gets handsy and, like, weird, and then we gotta talk about it.
I will say
I was
this:
thinking
he's not going to get handsy necessarily. It's already a weird situation. This man has a horn, and it's a horn stuck into his head. It is not exactly an open wound, but this is already a weird situation. He's asking you to scratch in certain areas and to kind of like wedge your finger. There's where it curves. He asks you to kind of wedge your finger and roll between the horn and his forehead. It's already a weird situation. However long you want to endure that is entirely up to you.
That leads to a question, though. Is it an open wound?
No. So there's no bleeding. There's no viscera or anything like that. It's a troll's horn firmly lodged into his skull. Give me a medicine check.
Well, I'm just wondering if her body's gonna react and try to heal it. 22 on a medicine check, sir.
22. It is not an open wound. It, however, is
Okay.
it is an injury. And what you can tell is while you like roll between the horn and his forehead, the area around it is softer than his skull. It's like a bruise almost. It doesn't seem to hurt him, but like the skull is perhaps still broken and obviously unable to mend and has fused with the horn itself. But the area is softer. And as you touch, you can see the reaction of Arnie is a little bit, like I said, like a dog leaning into, like, scratching behind the ears. Whenever you hit one of those soft spots, it, like, almost short circuits him, where he leans in and closes one eye and, like, freezes. It's like you're scratching his brain almost.
I think she's gonna instinctually, though, try to heal this.
How do you want to go about that?
She's just gently touching and does this hurt? Is this, watching his reaction to different areas?
Yeah.
And it
Mechanically speaking, I would like you to choose how you would like to do this. If there's a spell you'd like to
Okay.
cast, or
yes, sir.
meanwhile, Oberon, you have, with this discussion and an inclination, you have enough time to ritual cast. You're casting Detect Magic.
Yes.
Detail Detect Magic for me before I just spout off more information than you're warranted.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you learn the School of Magic, if any. It's lasts for up to 10 minutes. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Understood. Yeah, you can pick up a few things that are magical here. One of the more interesting things. This doesn't give you any, like, does this give you any inclination of what the items are?
School of Magic, and that's it. Like, if it looks like a sword, I know it's a sword, but no, it doesn't. That would be identified for me to know exactly the features of the weapon or item. Like, this bag could be a bag of devouring for all I know, and I wouldn't know at all. It wouldn't tell me anything about curses or anything like that either.
There is a ring that is easily stands out amongst the others. It doesn't look like much in terms of value. It's a little wooden ring. There seems to be, like, fur lining on the interior of it. As well, the ring face is not a gem. It is not a pearl or any sort of precious stone or metal. It looks like an intricately carved and painted image of 2 what looks like either mice or some sort of rodent family. 2 white rodents curled up on the ring face.
Would this fit on the mole's wrist?
I would say it would fit on the mole's wrist, yes. Or at the very least, kind of wrapped up on the armband, like the shoulder area.
Okay. Yeah, I'll grab anything that looks similar to that, like anything that's doesn't seem to be super ornate or valuable to Arnie that I would like to potentially barter with him. So the bag and the ring, I guess, would be everything for now.
There are, like I said, there's a couple other things here. What you can see, there is another sort of jug that has multiple corks around the top face that also gives off some magic. And the last thing that I can grant you is a cloak that looks it is blue with the sort of fades into green near the bottom. As well, it has not necessarily like a tie, like a drawstring, but at least 2 heavy cords that sit on the front of it. Those are the 3 magical items I can point you at using Detect Magic.
Yeah, I'll grab all those. They look innocuous enough where I don't think he'd raise any flags.
Absolutely.
And I'll return to him quickly.
And with Nadidah, with your what would you like to do about his soft skull?
I was looking at lesser restoration, but I don't think that would work. So can we just do cure wounds?
I'll allow you to choose whichever you'd like. I will say this, I'm not going to have you waste a spell. Lesser restoration
Okay.
might have some different effects.
Oh dear. uh, bad effect? Let's go with lesser restoration. I
Understood?
just gotta push it just a little bit.
You cast lesser restoration, and there's a shift in his demeanor. He kind of straightens up and gently pushes your hand away and says, "That's enough. That's enough." He touches the area and you should get your friend. Pokes at it a little bit. You should
What's
rejoin your
wrong?
friend.
No, what did I do?
I think I feel clearer.
That's good.
Don't know that it is.
Why wouldn't it be?
Started drinking quite early, so it wouldn't be this clear.
She kind of caresses his cheek with the backs of her fingers. And she just looks at him. A wise ruler doesn't hide behind the drink. Whatever
Arnie
it is,
Broken
it
Bro
is.
hides from no one.
No, but you drink to not be clear. It's the same thing. You're strong and you're wise, but you let your demons have too much.
You should rejoin your friend.
He kisses his forehead, and then slips off the chair.
And about this time, Oberon is emerging from the loot hall, and Cal and the mole are entering the feasting hall.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say something in your ear that I heard from one of the people feasting the other night, and I need you to say it loud because they cannot hear me when I speak over all of their talkings. You say, "Listen here, you rank bastards. Which one of you is called Lunk?"
Are you sure?
That is what I heard them say when they were addressing all of the people assembled, so I assume that a group of these Tuskeri is a rank bastard.
I'm not sure if that means what you think it means.
It is at least how they talk to each other. Are you scared? They are like a quarter of your size.
Quick question for the DM here. Is there like something where I would think like, hey, maybe this is like socially not a good idea because we're gonna get stabbed if I do this? Because otherwise, I'm just gonna do it.
Let's see. I would say a roll for this. An insight roll would probably do it.
Insight? Okay. Sure. I got a 16 on that. That's not terrible.
Yeah, you don't gather that they're gonna just immediately mob you. It's a bold move, but you know that from what you've seen for the Tuskeri, they might respect it.
Sure. Now, just so I got the wording right, it's listen here, you rank bastards. And what was the last part?
Which one of you is called Lunk?
All right, listen here, you rank bastards. Which one of you is called Lunk? And I'm just gonna hold the mole up with my trunk.
The feasting hall kind of looks at you. Oberon and Nadidah, you can see Cal and the mole standing at the double doors. as this announcement is made, Arnie stands, kind of crosses his arms, and you can see the hall kind of looks around, and then one of them kind of shoves up another one of the smaller. He looks like a younger lad on top of the table, and throws him toward you on the table. He kind of clatters amongst the food and silverware and stands up. I'm Lunk.
Why did you shoot the bird?
What?
You shot a hawk. We found your arrow. Why did you shoot it?
I was on guard duty.
You were guarding from a hawk. What
I-
are you? Are you a guard of a village of mice?
You can already see like the table that he's standing on that begins to kind of chuckle and throw little bits of like bread and things at him.
Mo
He's
will
just-
look down at him. Nothing about this is funny. There are many villages of mice who need guarding.
They cease. And one kind of looks around and says, it didn't look right. It was it had too many wings and it was too large.
It had become a not hawk.
Oh.
I would say that you could probably hear the groaning of Nadidah as Oberon and Nadidah rejoin, at least step up to where Arnie is.
Did you see where it went? It was still alive?
Well, I hit it, so I would imagine I saw it fall, and then I went for another arrow, and I didn't have another arrow. So
What sort of archer only has one arrow, Lunk?
It wasn't my. I had to step forward with the arrow, and I had knocked the arrow, and then I moved forward. I left the quiver behind, so I was going to throw something at it, but there was no. I didn't know if a rock, and then it flew. I think southward. It was dark.
Do you want to finish the job that you started when we returned from killing the scale?
He looks down at like the other Tuskeri that are kind of watching him.
I need a bigger bag.
Yes.
Then when we return from hunting the scale, you make sure that you are here, and then you will go with the mole, and with Cal, and with Oberyn, and with Nadidah, and with Tyvar Kell, and we will kill the Nothawk.
He looks back toward Arnie.
You are twice as brave as most of the men in this hall. You did good.
He looks back toward Arnie as if like looking for confirmation or approval, and Arnie kind of just crosses his arms and raises an eyebrow. And he says, "All right, I will prepare for a journey."
I would recommend bringing more than one arrow
This
and not setting your quiver down.
gets a little more of a chuckle again from the tables.
All right, did Tyvar leave without us, or is he still here?
And see Tyvar stands from the edge of the hall near one of the walls, and he stands up and says, "I am waiting on you, my friends." Arnie looks over to you, Oberon, and Nadidah. Did you find your platinum?
Sadly, no. But I did find some things that we could use on our journey. So I lay them. Is there a table? If there's a table nearby, I sit there. If not, I lay them at like his feet and try to be as respectful as I can.
A bag, a rag, and a ring,
And a jug.
and a jug.
Yes.
These are the treasures you seek so fervently.
Don't question spellcasters. We do weird things.
I can use all of these things, if you would allow us.
Very well. Take your bag, your rag, and your jug. And your,
Would you like?
your ring.
I offer 2 blocks of incense and a censer. I don't know if you worship your gods or a god, or they're useful for that. At the very least, I could give this to your gods.
I'll take your incense. Alvar will appreciate it, as will gods of combat.
While we're out killing skells, should I see if I can find you an interesting weapon, Arnie?
Find anything interesting? Scary will reward you handsomely for anything you bring back. Make this clear. You're already doing a great service. Whatever these raiders have gathered, whatever they pushed against, it's in our territory. We're inclined to handle it ourselves, but if you are volunteering your services, you'll be friends with the Scary.
Well, I thank you for your aid. I appreciate it.
A bag of rag and a jug. Shakes his head and sits back down in his chair. You all may rejoin one another if you so wish.
He winks and boops his nose and then saunters off.
I head out the door saying, "Let's go, guys."
Arnie, do your best not to find a horn to join the one you already have while we are gone. No more headbutting contests. I don't think your skull could handle it.
He just smiles and says, "My skull could handle a lot more than you can imagine, little mole."
As I said, one day we will retest our metal together and we will see what your skull can take.
Happy hunting.
Now, I'm very slow. Can you pick me up again?
And I'll just scoop him up with the trunk and set him on my shoulder.
Once we're outside, I'm gonna divvy up the loot. I'm gonna give Nadidah the bag of holding. And I say, hopefully this is a bag of holding. Here you go. I give the ring to the mole. I don't know what it is, but it might be useful to you. And I
It's
give
a
the jug
circle.
to...
It's a
Excuse me?
circle of metal. What am I supposed to use a circle for?
This circle of wood.
Yes.
No. What am I
There's mice
supposed to
on
use
it.
a circle of wood for? There are mice on it.
It's a ring. I don't know what it's for.
Am I a mouse?
No.
It's
I
a
don't know what it is.
present.
What is that?
It's a gift because he is trying to honor you.
This
And
item has magic. It's imbued with magic. I don't know what it
We'll
does.
take the
Just for you.
circle of wood and sit it on his head.
He made it a crown. Okay. And Kyle, I'll give you the jug. I'm not too sure what it can do, but I feel like it'd be useful for you.
Well, thank you.
And I'm gonna try to
Tybor
figure out what it is.
Watches as you distribute these items and he says, "What did you barter, Arnie, for these treasures?"
2 blocks of incense. He didn't see the value in it.
That's it.
me sitting on his lap. I was the barter. He doesn't like it when you touch his head. Or when you try to heal his head.
I recognize these items. Some will be more useful than others. What adorns your head now, Sir Mole, is a ring of warmth.
What does
You'll
that
never
do?
be cold.
It will grant you safety from the snow and the chill.
That's nice. I am from a warm place.
And who ended up with the cloak?
I have it right now. I'm trying to figure out what it does. But if he would like to enlighten me.
It is. And then who has the jug?
That would be me.
He kind of turns and looks at the jug. This is an alchemical jug. This will produce different substances at different quantities. Useful in some cases, completely, absolutely useless in others.
I'm sure I will find some use for it. Thank you.
And this, he kind of puts his hands on your shoulders, Oberon, and he looks at the cloak and says, "It's perhaps the most useless item of them all. This is a cloak imbued with a minor enchantment, a cloak of billowing, so that you can look picturesque should the moment captivate you."
Sure.
What do you mean that is useless?
It's purely aesthetic. Has no other
What color is
capabilities.
the cloak? What color is the... What do you call this color?
Blues and greens.
So like the blue sky and the leaves beneath it.
Or the blue ocean.
Making it move to hide your presence to look as if you are a part of the movement. This is useless to you, Diver. Interesting for such a great warlord that camouflage would not be useful to you.
I
Question to
hadn't thought
DM.
of it that way. Yes, Oberon.
Is this one of the capes that shrinks or grows larger depending on the size of the user?
For all of your knowledge, all of the magical items that I grant you, if they require it to, once you spend some time with them, will grow and or shrink to whatever size you have. That is a sort of a characteristic I give all of the magic items in the
Perfect.
worlds that I DM for.
I give the mole the cloak.
I cannot have two things.
I insist.
Then you must have the ring.
I'll gladly accept. I appreciate it. I'll take
You
it.
are fishy. I've heard bad things happen to fish when they get gold.
Let us be on our way.
Does Nadidah know what this bag is?
Yes, Nadidah, you would know that it is. It looks a little bit different from what you have seen on Zendikar. But a bag of holding is a highly sought after item. It's one of the, for adventurers, it is kind of a go-to, a must-have. Give me a history check, or if you are so inclined, an Arcana check.
18 on Arcana.
An 18 on Arcana. A bag of holding. You need to know what you're reaching for when you go into it. If this thing has anything inside of it, as Arnie didn't seem to pay it any mind, and was just cast aside in this loot room, this might have things in it. The downside being that you need to know what you're reaching for when you reach into a bag of holding. The only other way to sort of empty it out is to turn it inside out. And everything, all of its contents will scatter to the ground. There are, of course, dangers to this, as you have no idea what's inside of it. But it's a mystery.
I like this gamble.
Perhaps we should get out of the town with treasure-hungry warriors before we would
Rest.
start such an activity.
I agree.
No, she's just literally, like, she's putting her stuff in the bag, and, like, as she puts it in, she says what it is. You know, not rat, gross.
Do living things survive in there?
For a brief time.
Possibly. For a little bit. No, you're not getting in the bag. Not yet.
I just
Do you
think
want
it
to
would-
get...
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I assumed it was like other bags.
They never heard of the legend of the Bagman?
Who is the bag man?
People who would seek shelter in bags of holding. Sometimes they get trapped in it and consumed by it and turn into the Bagman.
Santa Claus.
So there are multiple bagmen.
Yes.
That's
So it is more of a species than it is a moniker.
Yes. As far as I know. but it's legend, you know. I
I
don't know
will
too
kill
much
the
about it.
bagmen if they exist, and I will bring you their head for further study.
I would like to see that.
I really hope there's nobody in this bag.
Everyone roll me a d20, please.
No modifier, just a flat d20.
This will be a wisdom
15.
saving throw. I apologize.
9.
15.
15.
23.
23. Excellent. Thank you. Tyvar Kell kind of looks at all of you and says, "We should be on our way."
Yes.
Where is Amelia?
And Cal, you don't know who that is.
Where is. Who?
Amelia. Our friend, the sorceress lady
What?
from. Where did she say she was from, Tyvar? Innistrad.
Well,
Um,
I just
So-
saw her this morning. She went to get her things.
if you'd like to go check.
Oh no. Al does not remember. It means she do the fading.
And Tyvar looks a bit puzzled and says, "Another of your companions that has departed from this reality."
Well, I hope she's safe. Well, should be.
I mean, the two of you came back after a time, so.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
run back real quick and check her room just to make sure.
Nor hide nor hair of her.
Her things aren't there either.
When we came back, our memories came back as well. It was as if we were never gone. Perhaps that's all this is.
That does not explain the voice.
Voice?
I kind of look to Nadidah.
Or the books she woke up with.
Fall asleep reading? Wouldn't be too unusual to wake up with a book in that circumstance, but I can't help but feel I'm missing some context.
When we talked before about time, and it gave us all the weird feeling. Nadidah and Amelia and I, we heard a strange voice from the beyond, telling us to come and save it.
I see.
She wouldn't have done that by herself. Would she?
I don't think so. But sometimes destiny has a strange way of forcing our hands. We have a god for this where I come from.
Oh?
The god of the horizons, Grufix. She will
Marching
be
order.
back. What is marching?
When we move as a group.
You need a word for that?
It's a more formal setup.
I will lead the charge. Tyvar kind of puffs out his chest and says, "We have things to discuss along the way. A stratagem, as it were."
Hey, what did you have in mind? It's not
Well,
walking.
Once you determine your marching order, we can discuss just that. I am inclined to give you all a choice, and he will continue his monologue after you guys give me your marching order.
If you guys aren't opposed, can we do Tyvar in front, me and Nadidah second rank, and then Cal holding the mole, holding the rear.
Yeah, I was thinking probably would be best if I took up the rear. Bigger wall to get through if we're ambushed from behind, and it gives me that forward-facing vision, so that way I can see everybody else in case somebody needs to get smacked. That
Mostly for the
isn't
mole,
in our
so then he has a better sight of everything
Yes.
around us.
much better vantage point from up there.
That's fine.
That does lead me to another question. Mole, have you taken a look at what's in that bag yet from the Omen Seekers?
I think that as he rides on Cal's shoulders, he's been holding the bag for a time. And I think he will wait until we have maybe gone an hour or two outside of town. And he waits to open the bag until the first moment that he realizes that he misses these first friends that he made. He liked the way that they would sing, and the way they would skate across the water like swans. And then he will open the bag when he misses them the most.
You do this. What you find inside your mole is a strange item. It is a set of, looks like a leather strap, very small, intricately crafted. And there's a few, almost like a belt, which you've seen the larger folk wear. There are several holes where you could tighten this strap. It is, the strap is connected via what looks like goggles almost. Where the eyes would be, there are small, I would hesitate to say pebbles, but small stones with glowing blue markings, much like the runes that you saw in Inga Runai's own eyes. It molds and it gives a sort of predatory visage. It's a mask of some sort. It covers the eyes and a little bit of what would be like a cheek. It's crafted uniquely to your size.
I'll hold it up to Cal.
What do you think this is? I see that it fits on my head, and there is I think you call it a belt.
Yes. Now, looking at this item, do I have any idea of what this might be?
Give me an
Or
Arcana
would
check.
that require a roll? Arcana, you said?
Mhm.
Coming right up. A 3.
You have no idea. However, that doesn't stop anybody else from taking a look at it and trying to ascertain.
I'll kind of turn it in my trying to get a good look at it. Honestly, I've never quite seen anything like this before. It seems out.
Nadidah, do you know what it is? Or what about you, mysterious man-to-man?
I will cast guidance and then attempt to try to figure it out. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nadidah, would you like a roll?
You said an Arcana check?
Yes, please.
19.
With a 19, Nadidah, you can determine what these are. Again, these are commonly used by the adventurers on Zendikar. Oberon with we said with a dirty 20?
Yes.
The dirty 20, this is more so used for scouting parties going into Gruul territory. But both of you can determine that these are what is colloquially known as the eyes of the eagle, and they grant advantage in perception and grant a bit farther vision. You can kind of make out smaller details at a longer range.
I will pass them back to him if I have them, and say, "These help you see as if you had the eyes of an eagle, as farther than most things can."
This is too much power for one mole.
And he will slip it on his head.
At least it's not, you can't, you can see far. Seeing far is good.
It takes a moment, Mole, as you slip these over your eyes. At first, it is completely dark, which is not foreign to you, but then everything sort of slowly becomes more clear. The darkness fades, and at first, it's a tint of blue. You see things in the outlines, and then suddenly you see the details. If you are riding on Cal, you can see it's not just a mass of fur, you can see the individual hairs. Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
24.
24. It's a lot to take in. The individual hairs, you can see, before everything was a bit blurry, you could smell, you saw differently, you were relying more on other senses to see Nadidah and Oberon and even Tyvar, but you can make out now the tattoos on Tyvar. You can see the braids, the bits and baubles that are in his hair. You can see in the snow, you can see tracks from your perspective. You can see it from, many feet away, which is a new experience for you. And the sunlight is warm and it's new almost. You can see in a whole new way, Mole, and however you feel about that is entirely up to you.
Has there always been this much of everything?
Well, I mean, I suppose it depends on who you ask, but yeah.
The world is better small, I think. I see all of your hairs now. How long did it take you to grow so many?
For those of you looking at the bull, you can see that on his face, this gives a fierce visage, much like the name of the eyes of the eagle. The eyes, the runes glow to the point, when being so small, it looks like there's just little blue glowing orbs, and the features that go around his cheeks and the brow and everything, it looks striking. He looks almost predator-esque.
He is a predator.
Those are predators. We hunt beetles and worms and ants and other things.
To answer his question, I've just been growing these hairs my entire life. Much like you, I imagine.
And he'll start looking at himself.
Oh my god, I have so many hairs!
It reminds me of the time I tried those gnomish mushrooms. Only take one.
There's so many of them. Tyvar, what is that on your skin?
Looks at his arms. Muscles?
The mark. No, you silly. The marks.
What about your tattoos,
Oh,
Tyvar?
these are my tattoos.
What is?
Traces the lines across his skin and says, "These are a mark of heraldry and lineage."
Like the secrets on Toski's tail.
I suppose so, yes.
How get?
You would need to speak with someone who is skilled in body modification. It is a pigmentation of we used a specific type of berry and crushed it down into a sort of thin ink-like substance.
Matching Toski tattoos.
I don't understand why you would want to wear such a thing.
Well, these mark, he traces the lines again and says, these mark my lineage. These mark the heraldry of my bloodline. I am, we elves are born of what was once gods.
Okay.
These honor the memories of those gods.
Isn't that what talking is for?
I suppose. In a different manner, though. These, I will carry these with me always. I would grow quite
Talking
tired if I
without
spoke.
speaking.
Yes, exactly.
Other elves know. Others would know his lineage just from looking as well.
You know, moles can tell this about each other by smell.
We don't exactly smell each other, though.
Unfortunate.
but
So
all
much can be
know.
conveyed by smell.
But all know Tyvar Kell when he comes into a room. He winks.
I didn't.
You are an exception.
I thought he was saying he's smelly.
Anyway, I offer you all a choice. As this is your saga to be written, you have an option here. My stories are vast and long. Yours are just beginning. When we get down to this village, would you require my aid? Or would you like me to only step in if absolutely necessary?
The latter. That's how I feel.
I think that might be for the best. If something happens and the situation appears to be getting out of our control, then there's backup. From
But it's
afar,
also, as he said, everyone knows Tyvar Kell. So when he was to walk into the village, then they would all run, I would assume.
The smart ones would. And if this is to be part of your training, I don't want to deny you the opportunity to improve yourselves.
How does killing these skill help us learn to walk plains?
The raise in blood pressure, the skill of combat, all of these things you felt, and he looks to Cal and Oberon. We discussed last night what you felt when you first planeswalked. We discussed what those emotions felt like, the heightened awareness, the feeling of desperation. We're going to chase that feeling. We're going to hone it. We're going to create something and make it yours so that you can tap into it whenever you wish.
We have to use desperation, pain, and anger to planeswalk?
In some senses, yes. But you need to figure out what the core of your being is, what that feeling you felt when you first planeswalked. What it is at its core. Fear is not a real emotion. That's what they don't tell you. That's something that you have to learn along the way. Fear is derived from something else. Anger is also an unreality. It's derived from something else. What it is at its core is up to you to define. Once you find that out, you can tap into it. And then the multiverse is yours.
It sounds like you have a particular way of thinking.
As do
Perhaps
most.
Tyvar Kell has been looking at things through the eyes of Tyvar Kell for too long.
Do you have another suggestion, dear Mole?
Just observing. I will
There-
kill them. I will kill these Skell because they are bad people. That's all.
Don't we have to know where we want to go, though, before we planeswalk?
Indeed. But you know one place already. Home. When you feel that pull, you can chase it, or you can stop. Planeswalking has much more than just the traversal of the multiverse and the infinite planes. You have the abilities to cast magics that are untouched by others. On Kaldheim, only the inhabitants here only know Kaldheim. From Zendikar, they only know Zendikar. But now you have touched a plane that is not your home. You can feel the difference in magic, in mana. Once you feel this, you can craft, you can shape, you can change the mana that you tap into. And you can create something new. You'll have more access than most. To be a planeswalker is to be magic itself. You are beings that are touched by mana. No one could do what you do.
Could we travel? Say, I want to go to my home plane. Could they follow suit, or could I bring them?
Yes, if you were to travel, there is a residue left behind for some time that they could follow you with.
Okay.
This is what we call a guided planeswalk.
Mm.
It's how I intend to, if at the end of this journey, at the end of your saga, it's how I intend to get you all home.
That was not our deal.
Yes, I know our deal.
So,
What's our deal?
Tyvar will show me how to get to the places between places. That is where my boy is, and I will have him back.
Question for DM, because I forgot. Was I supposed to give him the world due?
Yes, it is a moot point at this point, as he's kind of already taken it. That was supposed to prove that Essica sent you all. He's taken interest in you and is already rolling with it. The little drop of sap of the world tree is yours to do with what you will now. Tyvar is kind of an idiot.
Can I have that?
And the mole will take the drop, and he will put it in the bag that the eyes of the eagle was in, and just kind of cinch it to his belt.
I don't know if you needed it for a specific reason, like the craft or make something.
No, I imagine Essica wanted me to verify your story, but it appears I can be too trusting sometimes.
Tyvar, you saw the Knot Rat, and you heard about the Knot Hawk.
I did.
They are drinking the sap of the world tree. I need to study this. I need to look at it. I need to know its smell. I need to get familiar with it.
Please do. What I am more concerned with is how. In order for the world tree to leak sap, it must be cut. It must be carved. I want to know how they're gaining access to its sap.
Is there perhaps... Who has access to the tree? Ezika and Toski.
Any of the gods that will be granted passage. Esika is the one that controls it all, that guides the path.
So then...
What?
Is there a god that is upset with the other gods? Maybe.
Perhaps. The gods of Kaldheim are They're a family, and like all families, they have their disagreements. Alrund, the father of them all. He has grown ambitious as of late. There was a technology introduced years ago by other planeswalkers, and it has granted mortals the opportunity to level themselves, to become within the grasp of divinity. With enough of this technology, with enough of this these armaments, they could rival them. And if they ever got the proper mindset, they could overthrow them. I think that
Then-
Alrund is afraid.
Then
That
they
is
are
why
not
his ambition
true
grows.
gods. I said this
These-
before, but Essica told me that I should keep quiet. They are no true gods if they can be killed and overthrown.
These essentially mortal creatures can ascend.
Yes, remember we talk about the elves and how the elves were gods once and now they are not gods anymore.
Yes. This is just.
It goes the other way too, I think.
I have a question. I know that she guards the tree, but we have a knot rat and a hawk. So is she able to see the roots of the tree and the very top of the tree?
She can.
Because couldn't you take the sap from anywhere?
The World Tree is where all of the realms of Kaldheim sit upon. The cosmology of this place is different. Dig far enough down and eventually you will find a root or a stem or a branch of the World Tree. What I want to know is what has the capability to find them and carve into them.
Something of them.
Perhaps. Or perhaps it is something that is able to traverse it. Like you say, Toski, Essica, Alrund's ravens. These are all creatures that can traverse and travel the World Tree, the length and the breadth of it at their whim.
Esika said there were other, what did she say? Cosmos beasts.
There are.
Who are they?
He smiles. Says, there are a number of them. The most famous of all being the serpent.
The serpent.
It's what my people worshipped. Worship still, depending on who you talk to.
See,
You said her name last night. Coma?
Coma.
You said the early bird gets the coma's coil.
Yes. She is bound. The gods feared her power. And when the elves fell, and these new gods took the helm, many things changed.
Is there a chance that one of the other cosmos beasts is feeding other beasts so that there are more cosmos beasts?
Perhaps. I do wonder, with Alrund growing more fearful of mortal ambition, it might be him causing it. There might be a reason to create more of the cosmos beasts, to keep the mortals in check.
But if someone is trying to create cosmos beasts to defend, basically, wouldn't they have to have some type of control over them?
They would. Or they would have to simply step back and let them do what they do best. It is in the cosmos beast's very nature to destroy. To carve a path for new creation.
Well, what would stop the beast from destroying his part of the world?
Elrond himself, I imagine. But these are all just theories. These are all just...
It is like I said, Nadidah, to Amelia last night. You can trust a creature to be true to its hungers. You can trust a hawk to hunt mice and rabbits. You can trust a snake to hunt rodents. You can trust a man to catch fish and shoot deer and spear boars. I imagine it is not so dissimilar for the cosmos beast, is it, Ivar?
That is correct. There is only one that I know could tame a cosmos beast. She is long gone.
Who is it?
Her name was Lathro. And he walks forward.
Thrill. So we
With
should
that-
probably discuss.
And with that, this is where we'll take our break. We hope you enjoy looking at the Nomad's programming, checking out our schedule and our upcoming projects. We will see you all very, very shortly.
America has always been a place where conservatism and religious ideology has been fed by men to the uneducated like milk from their mother's teat. What this breeds is an environment for blind obeisance and ignorant fear, which controls the masses just as much as the blood of the covenant or the barrel of a gun. Men bring the raising of ground and the pillaging of Gaia's bounty, and this has never been more of a threat to the Garu nation than it is now in the days of the apocalypse. However, all of this is where this story begins, but not yet where the tale begins. For that, we will need to reach back through the time and haze of the deep umbra to find the beginning. Walk with me, you little wolf, and reach us through time will show you a story that even ancient Phoenix has forgotten.
Brother, long have you been my warden? Did you think you could stop all of my plans? I know you can feel yourself fading, growing weaker as my contingency unfolds. Brother, don't you see? In the end, we are nothing alike. I I know you have assembled your own consortium against me. So, brother, when you fall, just as the shattered gate watch before you, this eternal vanguard and the entire multiverse will contest with my ignited.
Hello and welcome back. We're so happy to see you. Hope you enjoyed the intermission. But we jump back into our game here. All of you have walked a great distance. It's been a number of hours. So any items that require attunement, you may simply do so. As well, is there any other information you guys would like to gather along the way while you guys are walking? Tyvar seems a bit apprehensive when discussing Lathril. So if you guys want to push that, it's up to you. Or if there's any other information you guys want to gather up, it's entirely up to you.
I have no questions.
I got nothing. Man don't want to talk, you don't want to talk.
Well, I'm not pushing it, just keeping note of it.
I
Understood?
do think in that time the mole would want to at least speak to the assembled party a little bit.
Scene is yours.
We have not really gotten a chance to talk about sort of our preferred methods of, what did you say it was? Combat.
Well, I'm a support more than anything else. I'm not a damage dealer. I can be on the front line, but it's not my cup of tea.
I have always found that I prefer not to have combat, but if I do, that it be as brief as I can make it.
Well, at least as far as the mole is concerned. I may be very slow, but I can channel bursts of great speed. And, well, you can ask Tyvar what it sounds like when the mole's claws collide with a man's chest.
Would you like to stay up on my shoulder for this, like the mighty riders that you were telling me about?
I won't be
You're-
able to reach them with my claws if I stay all the way up here, so maybe you could give me a little toss, and then I will find my way from there.
I can certainly do that.
And if any of them can fly, you can just pick me up and give me a throw.
I think,
It's the coming down bit that's the hardest part there.
well, we'll figure something out for that. As far as the distance goes, are you familiar with the game Catch?
It sounds like you catch things.
Yes. Well,
Over.
you see, I throw something, and then the other person would catch it, except it's more like you're going to be thrown and then you're going to catch them. It's a, how do you say, a twist. Something different. They might not expect it.
It's a trick.
Yes. Of A sort of trick.
How do you do the combats, Nadidah?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure.
You've never had to fight for your survival.
I've had to fight, but it hasn't. It's been aerial.
So you fly.
I don't personally fly, but there's a lot of climbing and swinging, and we don't walk a lot at home.
Like bats.
I don't
Kinda.
know if I do a lot of swinging, though.
I mean, I have my crossbow. I'm very good with a bow and arrow.
Well, then perhaps
So-
it would be safer for you at a distance, then.
Our learning experience? I'm sorry.
I think that... No, I think that will work out quite nicely. The mole and I can take up the front, while you two keep your distance.
I can heal?
Won't be too
That
far.
is
from the front.
useful. Healing is always useful.
I think the mole is contented with this information and just begins to like stare at how big the world actually is.
Understood.
Well, I suppose onward, yeah?
As you make your way and continue down the mountains, you can see a billow of smoke. Tyvar points and says, "That is where we're headed. You can stop here and wait for you to call for me, or I can travel with you and just wait on the outskirts. Choice is yours."
What do you think? I'll turn to the others. I have no preference if he waits closer, further.
You
My
can
focus is
wait
on-
closer, give us notes or opinions on our teamwork.
I think we
Easier
will
to-
be able to tell a lot about where he chooses to wait. If he thinks we are incapable, then he will wait close. If he thinks we are capable, he waits further away. If he waits somewhere in the middle, then Tyvar is unsure.
I was unaware that I am the one being quizzed.
You cannot watch a thing without being watched in return. Whenever you do a thing, and whenever you raise your voice, something will see you, and something will hear you.
There are several animals that might argue otherwise. But I see your
Like
meaning.
who?
Well done.
Regardless. Journey on, my friends. I look forward to seeing what the beginnings of your story will tell.
Before we enter the village, I would like to cast Aid on everybody.
Oh, wonderful.
Do you want me to get in there and take a look around? I am
think-
small. I doubt they will notice my comings and goings.
It might be a good idea.
I think so, yes. He could escape quite easily as well. Okay. I'm alright with that. But, of course, if we won't be too far, so should be fine.
You said there's snow on the ground here?
There's still snow on the ground, yes. Off in the distance, you can see that the town itself, there are multiple plumes of black smoke.
Well, when we get closer, sit me down and I will burrow through the snow.
Yeah, once we're a good distance, I will go ahead and do that. Drop him off at a good point where he can start burrowing.
Understood. In that case, then, Mole, I will reveal a map only to you. What you see as you burrow. First of all, I'd like a stealth roll.
19.
Understood. So as you burrow, Mole, grant you, the rest of you, Mole, what you can see on this map will ignore your companion's tokens. Is a town destroyed. There are plumes of black smoke coming from the houses. Some of the roofs have already sort of caved in and exposed the open, scorched floorboards. You can see along the snow, there's snow in that has been melted away from blast marks of some sort of fire or explosion. You can see that the town itself is ruined. It would take a great deal of time to rebuild. But that's if there was anyone left to rebuild. What you also see are corpses. The remnants of the inhabitants litter the snow, their blood staining and melting the snow from its warmth. Long gone are any souls that inhabited here. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to this. There are some homes that are still intact. There's no push for any particular home. There's nothing that held great riches or any sort of loot or anything like that. This seemed to be just another village. What you see are farming homes and crafting homes. People that were largely insular. People that are gone.
I think the mole will do a quick once around the entirety of the village, looking for any sort of tracks leading away or any sign that there might be someone who survived, maybe in a cellar like the cellar where he survived, the boy being gone, or
Give me an
just looking for
investigation roll,
anything.
please. Or perception. I'll give you a choice on this.
I'll do perception.
Remember that your new goggles will grant advantage.
Yes, which I definitely needed because my first roll was a 2. But it will be a 23 with advantage.
23 with advantage. I'm going to move your token a bit more, just a bit, as something of note and interest. You move through this town, and you burrow through the snow. You stay stealthed. What is interesting is the tracks are scattered. This place is difficult, but with your perception, you can kind of trace back certain tracks, trace back certain footprints. Some lead to corpses, others lead outside of a town, others circle. And these effigies that remain in some of the homes' yards, perhaps where animals might have stayed, or crops were gathered, or children might have played, are these strange effigies, these scarecrow-like structures. Tracks lead back to them. As you lurk through the town itself, you hear things. Creaking of wood. Perhaps it's just the wind. But no, it's something more. It's like snapping of twigs. The rustle of hay. It's as if the scarecrows move and twitch when unobserved, when unseen.
I think the mole has gathered enough information to go back to the other planeswalkers.
Do this.
We'll pop out of the snow. Well, I have bad news and worse news.
What's the bad news?
It does not appear that anyone survived.
And the worst news.
There is some sort of... I have seen dolls, I think the boy called it, like them, back in the place where I live. I think it is called a doll. When you stuff fabrics like shorts with straw and you give them heads and things. This is a doll, no?
I mean, some dolls are made this way, but the
But
ones
they
I'm
are like
thinking-
the dolls that you put on sticks in the field to keep away the birds.
I see.
But
Sure.
they are... that is the name that I have heard that has made the most sense since I started speaking the language of men. It is what they are for, scaring crows.
Yes.
Genius. Anyway, they move when they don't think anything is looking.
And you think these things are responsible for this?
I don't know what this scale are supposed to look like.
I see.
Or if maybe they turn the people they kill into these things, I don't know. But it was savage. They were hunting for blood. They were hungry for it. This village is just full of things for making and baking and cooking and raising animals. There were no warriors here. It was just slaughter.
Alright. Let's get ready to clear it out then. Make sure there's nothing behind.
Okay.
And maybe there's somebody still alive hidden.
Alright, let's go.
I'm gonna pick them all up out of the snow.
Before we
Do you
head
want me
in.
to keep you safe? Do you want me to stay close to you, Nadidah?
No, no.
Okay.
If they're made of hay,
I couldn't see what they were made out of. I was more preoccupied with the fact that they were moving.
well, I guess we'll figure out what they're made of.
Yeah.
If they're made of hay, I'm assuming we could set them on fire.
What else does one make scarecrows out of?
I don't know.
Spooky.
So you won't travel. Are you all
Yes.
intending to stay hidden? Or to try as best you can?
I don't think hiding is in my repertoire.
Honestly, from the mole's report, I mean, it doesn't sound like there's anybody left alive here, and I'm not really sure how we hide from scarecrows.
Then you march forward.
Before we go in, I'm gonna psych myself up and cast Armor of Agathis using my Planeswalker energy at second level.
This is the first time we found you doing this, correct?
Yes. So I was like rolling my neck, bouncing around a little bit, jogging in place, trying
You
to
do
get that
this.
feeling back from combat.
You do this and you feel a pull. The center of you. What does Armor of Agathis look like when it's cast from your Planeswalker abilities? What does the world see as this takes you?
Armor made of ice. Magical, spiky. Doesn't look inviting at all.
You see your companion now coated in shards of ice, my friends. As you all begin to walk forward. The map should be revealed to all of you. You can see this village and blast zones, sort of spaces where the snow is still falling, trying to take hold, but it's still a bit warm. It melts upon touch. So these areas, these blast zones, these spots where flame or explosions have touched, you can see crumbled homes and scorched walls and corpses. Now it's not hundreds upon hundreds, but you can see this small village and what remains of its inhabitants scattered out. Either they were running or they were brought out into the open. And you can see the blood staining the snow. Now you all have access to your tokens, you all have the ability to move it. For this, I would like you all, if you're traversing through, Just taking this, let's call this your movement speed, and then we'll determine what you guys see from that specific area. Mole, and you are on whose shoulder?
I was with Nadidah. But I think once we get up here towards like this area with the fence, he will hop off of Nadidah's shoulder and will kind of be walking on top of the little fence here.
Understood. Do this. It's what looks like an outdoor blacksmithing area. Projects left unfinished, others left unused, unsold. You hear that creaking again, that joint snap and crack of wood. Cal,
Yeah,
this feels like a familiar sight to you.
very much so.
You may continue.
Can I activate sense thoughts with my planeswalker ability?
Detect thoughts?
Well, it's detect thoughts, but I'd like to sense thoughts because I can either sense thoughts or read thoughts. With sense thoughts, you sense the presence of thoughts within 30 feet of yourself that belong to creatures that know languages or are telepathic. You don't read the thoughts, but you know that a thinking creature is present.
Give me 1 second, let me pull it up.
While he's doing that, I casted 8 on you guys, just so you know. Your max HP is increased by 5. And also your HP. So that holds for 8 hours. So if you get healed, you heal back up to that number also. It's not like temp HP.
Gotcha, okay. I see. The sensing out creatures within 30 feet of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this being a planeswalker spell, what do you tap into? This is your first time casting this and pulling into that. What do you feel?
That the destruction of the village, the blood, the sadness, to death. She's hoping that there's someone alive.
You do this and you cast your senses out. Ready? Did you travel alongside Oberon?
Yes.
How long does detect thoughts last? Concentration up to 1 minute. So, you do this. You travel through. For the first few moments, you feel nothing. You feel no presence aside from that of your friends. Now, the reason I'm having you guys go through this and go through the act of moving through the map is there are choices to be made, left or right, or if you so choose, travel inside one of the homes.
I want to see if I could peer. I don't know if this is a window or a door, if I could look inside of it.
That would be a window. And there's no easy way for me to do this, so I'm going to just take away this layer.
As we're walking through here, I want to kind of crouch down and scoop up some of the snow in my hands, so that I can also use a planeswalker spell, Armor of Agathis, at 2nd level.
I will ask the same question of you, Cal. What do you feel? What pulls from you?
I would say it's a mix of things. There's some familiarity to it, where it's how this is very similar to what ignited my spark, like seeing my village being overrun like this. But I would say there's also I guess an anger to it as well, that this is not just a problem that was central to my world, but that other people had to go through it too. And it's so scooping up that snow to meet the material requirement of a cup of water, essentially just holding it there and breathing into it, and it just bursting outwards in a sort of kind of like a chilled sort of wave as my fur kind of gets like a frosted over kind of look to it.
You do this. And your friend has now a similar armor to you, Oberon. Now again, another turn of movement. Where are you guys headed? Or are you splitting up?
I was gonna go.
And looking
walk
around,
through the windows.
we don't see anything as of yet, right? Like no signs of life.
Well, where Oberon has stepped, I will get to very shortly. But where you guys step next, I would need Nadidah and Cal to make a movement.
Of course.
Where did the mole go?
Straight ahead.
Okay.
There we go.
The mole has started going inside of the building.
Okay. Well, we're gonna kind of go right about here to be in between the mole and Oberon, because where is he going and where is he going?
Excellent. Multiple things as you are traveling. For you, Cal, you can, as you're stepping around one of the buildings, you can see one of those effigies. Less like a traditional scarecrow made of hay. It looks like it's shambled up of twigs and sticks. And there are carved runes and little baubles and bits hanging from it. Oberon, you see this as well, straight ahead of you. Something very similar. And then something creaking around the corner. And as you look and turn your head and look, and it sort of looms. It peeks its head from outside your vision, from just behind the building. This horrible smiling face, this effigy of wood. And the runes on it begin to glow purple as it opens its mouth. It cracks. And Cal, as you round the corner, you hear a shriek from behind you. Oberon, this blood-curdling scream emanates from the creature. And Cal, you see the one in front of you begin to do the same. It creaks, twists, looks its head, opens its mouth and begins to shriek. It takes a step towards you. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Yeah. 9 for my initiative.
7.
Ah, look at that. I've got a 13 for Oberon, a 9 for Cal, and Nadidah a 7.
Yes, sir.
Mole.
That is a 13 for the mole as well.
And Oberon and the Mole, what is your dexterity modifier so you can determine who's going first?
+1.
4.
Excellent. So, marching order, or rather turn order, will be the creatures, the Mole, Oberon, Cal, Nadidah. We're trying?
Yep.
Mhm.
Perfect. So I have a few things to move here, so we're going to deal this. And as a reminder, I don't stack movement in diagonals, so feel free to move diagonally. It doesn't make any sense to me, so we're going to ignore that. As that one rushes toward you. Alright, we've got some more stuff to reveal here. Go ahead and just reveal. Effigies. And that should be just about everybody in the end. I lied, there's one more. So we have 2 that are engaged with you, Oberon.
Yes.
And then Cal, 1 is rushing towards you, but not quite within reach of you.
I'll fix that.
Good to know.
My AC is 18.
Also good to know. It's going to... the first one to your... on map to the right of you is going to make 2 claw attacks against you. First one does not hit. The second also does not hit. the one to the south of you, or just below you on the map, is going to, rather than take a claw attack, is going to use an ability. I need you to do me a favor and make a wisdom saving throw.
18.
Understood. No adverse effects. So, they swipe at you, Oberon, and the other one, the runes around its eyes begin to glow as it shrieks and opens its maw even wider. To no great effect. We jump over to the mole.
Hearing this shouting,
The mole will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then once the mole can see what is happening here, the mole will use a bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike on themselves. And that will add 30 feet to my movement. So then the mole will go 5, 10, 15, 20. And just in a blur of motion, is going to leap at this one that was doing the screaming, and I will cast Primal Savagery as my attack.
Please do. Oberon, what you see is this blur of motion, this furry creature that you've been traveling with for a little bit now, come bursting out and leaving snow in his wake. The mole rushes forward and lunges for the effigy to your right.
That's super great, though.
Is he flanking, or does he have to be completely opposite of it? Or me?
But it'd be completely opposite, unfortunately.
That's going to be a 14 to hit.
A 14 hits.
Okay, so all of the damage from this will be force, and with my planar warrior ability, I will designate this one as the one to take the force damage, and all of the damage I deal to him being force here, that will be 17 points of force damage.
17 points of force damage. Kindly describe what Oberon would see, if you would kindly while I do this math.
Leaving a sort of a V-shaped jet of snow in his wake, as the mole leaps up and as he brings his claw back. I don't even think the mole has really seen it quite yet. As he brings it forward, you see at the end of his claws, it tears through the border between realities. There, it leaves behind a sort of pale pink and purple scratch as it moves through the air and collides with this skeleton creature, which results in a resounding thunderclap of force hitting the wood.
And this is what you see, Oberon. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Mole?
That is it for this round.
It staggers a bit as you deal it with force damage, and it cracks its neck and looks down at you, Mole. It sort of grins as we move to Oberon's turn.
I will grab my holy symbol and cast Word of Radiance. They both must... I'm choosing both of these scarecrows. I utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from me. I'll have them both make a Constitution saving throw, DC 13, or they take 1d6 radiant damage.
Both of those are successes, with a 17 on the die and a 19 on the die.
Ooh. That I'll stay where I'm at, so then I could keep a choke, and that'll be my turn.
Understood. Mole, you feel a burst of power from Oberon as the effigies sort of lean back and then snap right back into position. And we move to Cal.
Okay. Yeah, so for this one coming towards me, I'm going to close that distance, and I'm going to bring down the hammer on him with my first maul strike there. So I want to say I think should be 10 feet of movement if I'm counted that right. Yeah, to get around that corner there. Yep, and going to go ahead and swing with the maul.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Yes, sir. 24 to hit.
24 certainly hits.
All right. And that's going to be for 9 bludgeoning.
9 bludgeoning.
Yep. And I'm using both of my mauls this time around. So if I may, I'd like to use my bonus action to make the offhand attack with the second maul. Sorry.
Oh, by all means, yes.
I'm not sure if you were... Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Another 24 to hit.
Certainly hits.
Only 3 on that one, as I don't have the 2-weapon fighting style.
And this is bludgeoning as well, correct?
That's correct, yes. The second one didn't add my proficiency to the damage, so...
Understood. You do this. Cal, you rear back and you strike with the mauls, and they strike true. You can hear the wood crack and break. But as you begin to you pull back the weapons, it knits itself. You can see that it sort of stitches and grows again and leans back towards you, a sick grin on its face. You recognize that your mauls it's a creature made of twigs. It didn't do nearly as much damage as you know that you put your force behind.
But from what I can see, it wasn't as effective, but it still did something.
Indeed it did.
Cool. So this battlefield just turned into a rage room. This is going to be fun.
Is that your turn, Cal?
That is my turn, yes.
Excellent. That moves us to Nadidah. What you got for me, Nadidah?
I'm going to try to Sacred Flame the creatures by Cal once I scream at Cal the duck, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to hit him.
Well, unfortunately, given your current position, you can certainly move. But if you'd like to, I need your movement first.
Okay. If I go right here next to Cal, then I can hit the one.
Oh, that
right
would be
here.
Oberon.
Oh wait, Oberon. I'm sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Was Oberon?
Yes. You can absolutely, even from your other position, you could hit the ones that are near Oberon.
Okay. Well, then that's what I'd like to do, is try to hit them. I'm just staring at Cal's thing. I apologize.
Sure thing. Go ahead and what is detail Sacred Flame?
Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefit from cover for this saving throw.
Excellent. Which one would you like to target? It is a single target spell.
Let's go with the one on the corner. The one you just pinged. The one you just pinged. Let's hit him, please. Or try
Understood. So a dexterity saving throw. What is the DC?
Dang, 14, sorry. Wrong page.
Understood. And this is if it succeeds, then it gains no damage, correct?
Right.
Meets unfortunately does beat in D&D, so it rolled a 13 with a +1. A 14 beats the dexterity saving throw. And no damage is dealt, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, flames erupt around it. It sort of twitches and moves and dodges these pure white flames that encompass the area. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Nadidah?
No, not right now.
That was your action, correct?
Yes, sir.
No movement?
No, sir.
Understood. That will bring us back over to the effigies themselves. So I need to make some movement. Excellent. Alright, we've got movement taken care of. Alright, so we're going to start with Oberon. Once more, we're going to make 2 claw attacks against you. What is your AC?
18. I want one of them to hit. Because he's going to take damage.
You got your wish.
Be less than
So,
10.
For you, Oberon, as it slashes into you, the second attack does hit. The one carves into you, creasing into the armor of Agathis. You can see it leaves a trail behind. You're going to take 8 slashing damage, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yes, sir. Because he hit the armor, he takes 10 cold damage.
10
And my
cold
save
damage.
was 10.
What was your save?
10.
Your save was 10.
Mm-hmm.
Please mark off 1 level of exhaustion.
I don't know if I have that one.
Annotate wherever you'd like.
Yeah.
It is just one level of exhaustion, and we will detail that when it becomes pertinent, which it will become very pertinent very soon. But that is that effigy's turn. The other, I can't turn him. This is going to bother me to no end, but that's fine. It's going to look at the mole, and with that purple stare, the runes around its eyes, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, mole.
22.
22. You can feel a wave of fear wash over you, mole. But it doesn't stick. You're used to having to worry about the hunters and the hunted. But this thing is not your predator. It is your prey. And you let that feeling wash over you and pass over you. It's gone. As it looks a bit confused and shrieks in your face. This is where we'll end tonight's episode of The Ignited. We will pick up next time and see what this combat entails. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all very soon.